What's up, everybody? I'm Mr. Gaff, and here are some fast facts about the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence really started getting going in Congress on June 7th of 1776. This came out of a proposal by a Virginian known as Richard Henry Lee, called the Lee Resolution. He basically said that the colonies should become an independent nation and seek allies. Congress decided to take a little time to think about what they were going to do. In the meantime, though, they decided that they needed to get a document going. Now, Thomas Jefferson was the main author of the Declaration of Independence, but he was part of a larger group known as the Committee of Five. This included Ben Franklin, John Adams, Roger Sherman, Robert Livingston, and the aforementioned Thomas Jefferson. It was actually John Adams who convinced Thomas Jefferson to become the main author of the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson wrote the first draft over 17 days, and he would bring snippets or little pieces to the other members of the committee for edits and input. Jefferson drew a lot of his ideas and inspiration from the Philosophy of Enlightenment by John Locke. He was also heavily influenced by the very popular work at the time, Common Sense by Thomas Paine. The committee presented their first draft to Congress on June 28th of 1776. Congress took a few days, but eventually they voted yes for independence on July 2nd, not July 4th, July 2nd of 1776, calling themselves the new United Colonies of North America. John Adams actually thought that years in the future, Americans would be celebrating July 2nd as their Independence Day, not July 4th. Congress needed a few more days to get the Declaration in a place where everybody was happy. They kind of took a hatchet to the original draft of the Declaration of Independence, making 86 edits and removing about 1/4 of the total writing. They were removing what they considered to be fluff and trying to make it sound more like a legal document. Among the things that were cut was a large paragraph by Jefferson condemning slavery, which had to be removed to satisfy the southern colonies. Jefferson also wrote something attacking the English people's character as a whole, which was eventually removed. You what, mate? The Declaration of Independence also included a list of 27 grievances that the colonists had against Parliament and King George, basically the receipts for all of the mistreatment that they've been under for the last decade or more. On July 4th, Congress officially adopted the Declaration of Independence. However, it's not the document that we think of today. It's kind of just like the press release version. The only signatures on it was the President of Congress, John Hancock, and the Secretary, Charles Thompson. Most members of Congress didn't actually sign the Declaration of Independence until August 2nd, after they had a person with extremely neat handwriting write a clean version on parchment. The Declaration of Independence had a few other purposes. First, it defined what a government's role actually is, and it said that a government should not exist without the consent of the governed. If a government fails to protect its citizens' natural-born rights, which they outlined as life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then the citizens have no choice but to challenge it. It also aimed to establish the new United Colonies' credibility among the rest of the world. They knew that other countries were going to read it, and they knew that they were going to need allies. So they were basically saying, hey, we're legit, and we're open for business. The Declaration was also used a little bit like propaganda to unite the colonists in their quest for revolution. They knew they were going to need everybody on the side of revolution, so this was a way to get the people fired up.